I thought this costume might be appropriate.
Imagine stepping behind the scenes of Hollywood from the 1930s to the 1960s, where the spotlight hid a secret no one dared to say out loud. Why did some of the most glamorous stars of that era stop wearing underwear? It wasn't rebellion. It wasn't shock value. It was a chilling truth enforced by directors, cinematographers, and the studio system itself. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a secret buried for nearly a century and revealing what really happened. Betty Grable, nicknamed America's pinup queen, ruled the 1940s with a smile that boosted soldier morale across the world. Her iconic 1943 pinup became the most requested photo of World War II, turning her into a symbol of confidence, beauty, and irresistible charm. Behind that glamorous image was a rumor Hollywood insiders whispered for decades. Betty often skipped wearing underwear. The truth? She wasn't trying to shock anyone. She was simply fearless. Grable knew her curves, her silhouette, and those famous legs insured for $1 million were her greatest weapon. Thin fabrics, silky gowns, and daring stage outfits only amplified the allure she naturally carried, because Betty never needed layers to shine. Jayne Mansfield, Hollywood's ultimate blonde bombshell of the 1950s and 60s, was famous for her curves, charisma, and fearless charm. But behind the glitz and glamour, whispers circulated through the studio lots. Some insiders secretly controlled aspects of her life and career, influencing not just her roles, but even her wardrobe choices. Rumor had it, they had a peculiar fascination, insisting she skip wearing underwear for certain shoots and appearances. What's revealed now for the first time is that Mansfield faced this odd and invasive pressure with a mixture of defiance and professionalism. Knowing her body and presence were her true power, she learned to navigate the bizarre demands of Hollywood while remaining an icon of daring confidence. Rita Hayworth, the dazzling star of the 1940s and Hollywood's ultimate femme fatale, was known for her fiery red hair, smoldering eyes, and magnetic presence on screen. Behind the glamour, whispers persisted about her private habits. It was said that due to her natural body and perspiration, she often chose to go without underwear to stay comfortable and fresh during long shoots. While some rumors exaggerated the reasons, the truth revealed her confidence and practicality, showing that even a Hollywood icon had her own ways of navigating the pressures of beauty and performance. Her boldness added to the allure that made her a lasting legend of classic Hollywood. Jean Harlow, the original blonde bombshell of 1930s Hollywood, was renowned for her platinum hair, sultry charm, and fearless on-screen presence. Behind the glamorous image, a long whispered secret emerged. Harlow often skipped wearing underwear, embracing her body with unapologetic confidence. This wasn't mere provocation. It was a reflection of her strong, independent personality and her desire to celebrate the natural beauty of her curves. Bold, daring, and self-assured, Jean Harlow redefined what it meant to be a Hollywood star, proving that true allure comes from embracing oneself fully, without hesitation. Ava Gardner, Hollywood's sultry siren of the 1940s and 50s, was famous for her smoldering gaze, natural curves, and effortless glamour. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered about a personal choice that set her apart. Ava preferred going without underwear. It wasn't scandalous, it was practical. She loved wearing delicate silk gowns and dresses, and she refused to let the lines of undergarments interfere with the fluid beauty of the fabric. Confident in her body and curves, Gardner embraced her sensuality with elegance, proving that true style is about both grace and self-assuredness. Lana Turner, Hollywood's glamorous starlet of the 1940s and 50s, was celebrated for her striking beauty, silky hair, and captivating screen presence. Behind the dazzling image, whispers persisted about her private fashion choices. Lana often skipped wearing underwear, not for shock value, but out of practicality and confidence. She adored wearing form-fitting gowns and flowing fabrics, and she refused to let the lines of undergarments interfere with the elegance and fluidity of her outfits. Bold and self-assured, Turner embraced her curves with poise, proving that true Hollywood allure comes from celebrating one's body with style and confidence. Mamie Van Doren, one of Hollywood's iconic bombshells of the 1950s, was known for her fiery personality, daring roles, and unapologetic confidence. True to her free-spirited nature, Mamie often chose not to wear underwear, embracing comfort and liberation over restriction. It wasn't scandalous. It reflected her bold, independent character. With form-fitting dresses, silky gowns, and stage outfits, she celebrated her curves without compromise, showing the world that Hollywood glamour could be fearless, fun, and entirely her own. Sophia Loren, Italy's Hollywood goddess and screen icon of the 1950s and 60s, was celebrated for her breathtaking curves, radiant beauty, and magnetic presence. Fiercely proud of her natural Italian allure, Sophia never wore underwear, embracing her body with unapologetic freedom. For her, it wasn't about scandal. It was about honoring her bold, sensual figure and the effortless elegance she brought to every gown, dress, and stage appearance. Loren's confidence and poise made her a symbol of liberated glamour, showing the world that true allure comes from embracing oneself fully. Kim Novak, Hollywood's enigmatic beauty of the 1950s and 60s, was celebrated for her striking features, sultry charm, and perfect curves. Proud of her sensual figure and iconic measurements, Kim embraced her body with confidence. Insiders whispered that she often chose not to wear underwear, seeing it not as scandalous but as a statement of self-assurance and liberation. Her daring wardrobe choices, from form-fitting gowns to sleek stage outfits, highlighted her natural allure, proving that true Hollywood glamour comes from celebrating one's own body boldly and unapologetically. Jane Russell, Hollywood's sultry starlet of the 1940s and 50s, was famous for her striking curves, magnetic charm, and bold on-screen presence. Her confidence and naturally sexy style became the foundation of her persona, and insiders whispered that she often chose not to wear underwear. This wasn't for shock value. It was a reflection of her self-assuredness and embrace of her own body. With form-fitting gowns, silky dresses, and daring stage outfits, Russell exuded a fearless glamour that made her a lasting icon of Hollywood allure and feminine power. Hollywood gold and Hollywood Who do you
black
think was the boldest, most fearless star? But the one whose secret choice to go without underwear made them a true icon of confidence and allure. Do they deserve our admiration or sheer amazement? Hit like and subscribe to Uncover Part 2, where even more Hollywood legends revealed their daring, unfiltered secrets. Stories that were hidden for decades, finally brought into the spotlight for all to see. You won't want to miss a single revelation.